What's up, everybody? It's the Pirate Stacker coming at you. I just wanted to jump in and have some food for thought. And this is not, I don't know what the answer to this question is, but I'm going to pose it. I'm not crying about it, I promise. I'm going to pose it to you guys because I want to get your thoughts on it. I recently had a conversation with my son. I personally believe we are heading towards a cash-free society. I think that will be sooner than later. Imagining that that is the case, cash and coins disappear, who's going to collect the coins? Where does that value come from? And what happens? Let's back it up. Let's break this into a couple parts. One, coins and cash disappear. Our current quarters, nickels, dimes, is there any collectability to those coins that we have tons of right now? Or does that market just totally go away because it's not even relevant anymore? What are your thoughts on that? Do those coins instantly become worth more money, or do they not even matter? Second part to this question. If cash and coins disappear completely, down the road, 10 years, 20 years, who's your buyer? Who's your buyer of collectible coins? There is no right answer here. This is all pure speculation. He had a theory, I have a theory, and it was just one of those things. My son's in his 20s. He actually collects coins. He likes them. But 20 years from now, coins are no longer in circulation. My daughter's generation, the kids now, are they going to spend their money on coins and collectibles? Highly unlikely. Yet we should see a huge influx of coin collections from us and our seniors that pass on and pass down their coin collections. And either those collections get passed down and kept, or passed down and sold once somebody dies, or sold immediately. So when you have a bunch of high target collectibles hit the market, who's your buyer for that? The people in a position to afford that, your other, older people that have a nostalgia, grew up with coins? Because the question is, are coins going to have the same value when my daughter's generation gets to be our age? Say she gets to 20 years down the road, she's 30 years old and hasn't dealt with coins for 20 years. Are collectible coins going to be something she's like, oh, I'm into it? Or do they not have that connection? Because I can tell you the 20-somethings, they already use their cards for everything. They don't use cash at all. And of course, I'm speaking broadly. I know I'm stereotyping, but in general, a lot of that generation, very few people tend to use cash these days. And that's just a fact. Once a CBDC or something like that gets put in place, even less people are using cash. So if there is no connection to coins, are they going to be as collectible? Will there be people to buy them? Now, naturally, I bounce this off of my pal Fish, and we talk about a lot of this theoretical stuff. And he, of course, was like, well, yeah, they'll still collect it because that's the backdrop of being silver and gold. And that is the backdrop. That is the value in those collectibles, along with the history. But they are backed up by the fact that they have precious metals. So I also believe there will always be a buyer. But the question is, do those values continue to climb? If you have less people competing for coins and collectibles, say right now that market is huge, right? Say we're 100%. But in that market of 100% of buyers, let's say 90% of them are over 40. Okay? 90% of the buyers are over 40. 20 years from now, 90% of those over 40 buyers, out of that 90%, half are dead. I know that's a little morbid sounding, but if we take that market of buyers and half die off, are we going to replace that half with new buyers, new collectors? And I got to tell you, I don't know that we do. I think that percentage comes up a lot tighter. Now, I don't dislike numismatics. I still think numismatics is the play. For me, it is that investment silver, investment gold, that I think there will be value and collectors for my lifetime. I don't think I'm going to outlive it. But is that likely to decrease as our main staple of collectors begin to die off? And then that releases their collections back into the community. Does that value begin to come down because there's not as many buyers competing? Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to get at. Are we headed to a dead end? Are we headed to a stop when it comes to collectors? Are we going to run out of room? I don't know. This is purely speculative. I mean, again, I don't know the answer. What I do know is that younger generation that has no interaction with coins, they have less and less interest in coins or collecting coins. They like silver and gold. Everybody likes where silver and gold's headed. But like, I'm putting together a Barber $half set. Is anybody going to be interested in that in 20 years? Maybe not, because there's going to be nicer sets floating around than my common day one. Now, I get it. They're going to be less and less available for now. But what happens when that market starts to flood? When people start getting those collections start dumping on us, are there enough buyers to scoop them all up at top dollar? Anyway, this is just a little food for thought. Not a big deal. I scored a couple barbers today off my list. That was fantastic. I'm heading fishing tomorrow with my pal Fish and his family. We're going to be on a charter. That's very exciting. I'm pumped about that. But I just want to do a little food for thought. I don't have a right answer here. Tell me your thoughts below. What do you think? Is this heading to a dead end game? Or will this forever be, as people have said, this is the sport of kings, right? Collecting coins. We should be so lucky. Is this just a first world thing? I don't see a lot of more impoverished countries with any kind of big coin collections that they're going after or rolling out. This may be a first world, we've got the surplus money to do it, so we do it. And that's another thing. If you were poor, if you became impoverished, would you still be spending money on silver and gold coins and grading them and such? Would you? I mean, that's one of the extracurriculars. The nice thing I like about coins is they're at every price point. So even if you don't have money for silver, there's loads of other coins and cool things you can do with them. That's a huge plus in the coin game. But on the flip side of that, your high-end stuff, does that become even further away from your grasp? I don't know. This is just some ramblings of a pirate. I wanted to talk to you guys today. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Tell me your thoughts below. Is the younger generations going to collect coins? Do they not even have a reason to? You tell me your thoughts. Pirate out. Arg.